Hi guys, my name is Dale Mathis. I'm going to show you how to install the clock mechanisms and the clock hands on some of my clocks. Come this way. So, some of you have some of my different types of clocks that I make, and some of you have this clock. This is called the Dream Clock. So it's pretty much the same way how to install the hands and the battery and the mechanism on most of them, but this one's a little different. When you receive the Dream Clock, you're going to get a cap like this. In the cap is a clock mechanism. It's your typical clock mechanism that you would see in your kitchen or your office. There are two magnets on the back of the mechanism. The way this works is it magnetizes to the two magnets on the back of the clock like that. Now sometimes, the way you take it off is you turn it left, pull it out, or you turn it right, you pull it out. Sometimes the polarity of the magnets may be different, so you may have to flip it this way, and you'll know that. You see how it's not snapping? It's because the magnets are pushing the cap away. So then we have to turn it around to where the magnets are this way, and it locks on. So that's the first step. That's how you install the mechanism to the face of the clock. Let me show you something else. So, when you receive the clock, you're going to receive a set of hands and a nut. It is important that you install this exactly how I'm going to show you. So when you receive the cap, you take it off, you put your battery in, negative this way, positive this way. Second step is you're going to grab your minute hand and your nut, and then you're going to walk over to your clock to install it. So like I showed you earlier, you're going to take the magnets and put them with the other magnets, and it locks it in place. The first order of business is to take your longer hand, which is your minute hand, and put it at the 12 o'clock position. So let me show you one thing. Come here. In the middle of the clock mechanism is this little hole. The hole is not really a circle, it's more like a square. So it is important that you line this square up with the square here. So I got it on there. It only goes one way. So we're gonna put it at the 12 o'clock position, like that. You line it up at the 12 o'clock position, then you take it off. Second thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your hour hand, which is the shorter hand, and you're gonna place that over the mechanism, and there's a white section here on the mechanism. So you're gonna take this and then put it again at the 12 o'clock position. It's at the 12 o'clock position, and then you simply press the hour hand on to the clock movement. It's not called a mechanism, it's called a movement. So if you look again now, you can see that it's wedged onto the white part of the clock movement. Okay, and we're at the 12 o'clock position. The next thing you want to do is you want to take the minute hand, which is the long hand, and you're going to place it at the 12 o'clock position. The next step is to take the golden nut that we showed you earlier. Now this is the important part. With one hand holding the minute hand, the other hand holding the nut, you're going to place the nut over the threaded area of the clock movement. Now this is important. Listen to this. You want to turn the golden nut to the counterclockwise position. So you're going to turn it and listen. Listen for the click. You hear that? You want to hear that click. That means that the nut has been seated correctly. Now you're going to turn clockwise until it locks itself into its position. Now, this is the point where you set the time. It is important that you remember this. When you're setting the clock, you always turn the minute hand not the hour hand, and you have to turn it in the clockwise direction, I'm sorry. So this is how you set the clock. If you turn this, if you force this movement, this hand on the movement, you're going to break the gearing inside of the movement. So it is important to remember, do not turn the hour hand, you turn the minute hand. And this is how you set the time. So whatever time it is. So let's set it at 3 o'clock. And that's how you set the time. And you're done. Now, there may be a situation, specifically with this clock, where your hour hand may hit the globe here at the bottom. You simply just put it at 6 o'clock so you can see what I'm talking about. This one's already been adjusted. But you can see where the hand is hitting the globe. You simply bend it out like this so that it doesn't hit. You see that? And if it's still hitting, you just bend it out some more. Now, if you bend this hand out, you're going to have to adjust this one, the minute hand. But this one's already adjusted, as you can see. On the side, you can see the arc of the hand, how it's bent out. So the hands never hit each other. If the hands are not adjusted, what's going to happen is they're going to hit each other and they're going to lock up. Or it's going to hit the globe tip right here and lock up. If it locks up, it's not going to keep time accurately. And that's pretty much how you do it. You set the time, walk away, and you're good to go. In the event you need to change the battery, again, you grab the plate like this. You turn to the left or you turn to the right, pull it off. Swap out your battery, put a new battery in, place it back on the clock, and you're good to go. Now this applies only to this particular clock, and maybe in the future if I make some new designs, I'll probably incorporate the magnet setup. And that's it. Thank you for watching. God bless.